right, the topic today is what is the topic? What did I say the topic was? How did I say it?
Is there a statute of limitation on cheating? So, well, I'll let you explain pretty much what it is.
So, the statute of limitation on cheating is if you with somebody for years, say 5 years, or even 5 months, and you found out they cheated early on in the relationship, is there a statute of limitation of where you should get mad? So this is all stemming from the Khloe Kardashian and her guy. I don't know his name, Tristan or something like that.
Yeah, Tristan.
Yeah, so, and she forgave him. I don't know why. Maybe because she's pregnant, maybe because it was earlier in the relationship, or maybe that's because karma. That's the way she got him. His girlfriend was pregnant, she took him. But, so that's the question. Is there a statute of limitation on cheating? So, if I were to cheat on, we've been together almost 20 years. So if I were to cheat on her the second year, do she have the right to still get mad at me? Or is that too long? Should she just forgive me because it was 2 years in our relationship? We've been together 20 years. So what do you guys think? First, Charmaine?
Well, I mean, I would think just off top, anybody is, I mean, naturally you're going to be upset unless you have reason, I guess, to justify why you're not upset. But naturally anybody's going to be upset. Second, I think that if it was earlier on in the relationship, then you shouldn't go ahead and leave. I mean, something like that. If it was like, oh, well, yeah, that happened years ago. You found out why, you know, the whole, you know, you'll go through your 20 questions. And then I think ultimately, I think you should work it out from there. I mean, that was so long ago and just so happens you found out. I don't think, just in my opinion, that should be the thing to go ahead and leave somebody because it was so long ago.
What's up, Ghost? Man, I appreciate you being here, Dow. So you think they should get over it? Do you think that if you found out I cheated on you,
it's definitely going to sit there and affect something off top, but then ultimately if it's something where you found that it was years ago, you can work through that. Unless it was like, oh, you know, that was like my sister, or you know what I mean, like something like that, then it's just like, okay, you know, like it might be one of those things where you can't get over. So I think ultimately it just depends. But if we're just saying just like a generalized question, which is if the person that you're with today cheated on you years ago and you just found out, but it was years ago, should you go ahead and work it out? My answer is yes.
My answer is it depends. If depends on who, depends on when, depends on what happened, depends on a lot of stuff. You know, this is a V-neck, y'all, so this ain't hanging. This ain't got droopy things. It's a V-neck. I just noticed that look like my stuff just drooping.
Oh my gosh! Give me your answer, yo! You killing me. I'm like, what? I thought it was gonna be something serious. You were talking about his shirt.
This coming from the girl with the sunglasses on. Like they gonna think I beat you or something. I don't beat. Show me your eyes.
My eyes
I don't be beating her. I don't do that.
Y'all, our lighting on 20 in here is really bright.
Yes.
We got the ring light and we got it up just a little bit brighter, so.
Hey, it got me looking light skinned. Anyway, so my answer is just all those things, man. It depends on what it is, who it is, where, what happened.
What do you mean where?
It depends on where it happened.
Like, but it doesn't even matter.
If it happened in my bed, yeah, it do happen. It depends on where it happened. You still talking about it depends on. Yeah, it do depend.
Oh,
If
well,
it's-
see, I thought you was talking about like where, like, oh, like if it was at like the park versus like
no,
I
I'm
don't know,
talking
like,
about
the
like
workplace or.
I'm talking about like depends on where
Yeah.
you cheated on me at.
But
and
see,
all
but then
that.
you said the time. It doesn't even matter though because the time you said it was a long time ago.
Well,
So we're not talking about like a year ago. We're talking about you guys when it kind of, let's just say at one point in time the cheating happened and then years later. So I don't know. Do you want to throw a number out there for the years?
no, it's,
Yeah,
it's just,
just
that's the
years
question. Is
later.
there basically where is the cutoff period for you? Is there a statute of limitations on that? Like how
okay,
far
so
does
for
it have to
me-
be?
For me, there is a cutoff period, but what cutoff period that is, I have no clue what the cutoff period is. I guess ultimately it just depends on how I feel. If I feel if it was like last year, well, I'm not gonna feel like it's that long. But if it was like 10 years ago and things are so much different now than how they were then okay. But like, let's just say like if we were rocky, we was like still rocky. Well, guess what? Now I'm gonna really think that I might have already been thinking that you was doing something, but now I'm gonna really think. So let's just say if I wasn't thinking that you were doing something, now I'm gonna think that, oh, well, I definitely know that he's capable. I mean, well, in every relationship, you always know that that person is capable of it. So never say never. However, I'm going to be like, okay, well, yeah, he's probably doing something. Like, it's going to go ahead and it's just going to have me thinking other thoughts that probably weren't there. So I think in certain situations, you might not be able to move on. Like I said, if your situation is rocky, most likely it's not. And it actually might give you a reason to get out the relationship. However, get out the relationship and not seem like the bad guy. But ultimately, if we're just going off of just a basic question, if a person cheated, you found out years later, is it worth working it out?
No, the
Yeah.
question is their statute of
Well,
limitation.
yeah, statute of limitation.
So the statute of limitation, I think it is a statute of limitation. on it.
Yeah.
I think it does depend on when, but far as how you fill in and how you forgive, I don't know. To me, I think that's an individual.
Yeah, it'll be a healing process because you're going to be hurt, you're going to be pissed, you're going to be, like all the above. If for those who are all about payback, it's like, would that be even worth it? Would that be worth going and doing something now off of something that happened years ago? That right there, that can mess your relationship up because it was long ago. It was when that person was.
Yeah, but if you found out now, that I don't think that it'd be less painful because you found out years.
It's not
later.
going to be less painful, but you're going to be glad if you had to choose it being now versus years ago. You would choose that it would be years ago. So I think that little portion will be the slight relief. But no, you still going to be. It's going to be like as if it happened, so to speak.
Yeah, I to answer the question, I think it is a statute of limitation on it, but it depends on the person. Like some people don't forgive like that. It's like especially if the person lied to you or if they had a relationship. Depends on circumstances. If I was dating or if she was dating somebody a year the whole time for like a year straight, then how can you forgive somebody? They basically had a whole nother relationship a year straight. If it was like a one-time
so
type
now we're
of,
getting in detail about it.
well, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. It depends.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a one-time thing and they did it, and But to me, unless you that type, you know what you get. If you know that you with somebody that you know that would have a one-night stand, you're not gonna be surprised. But to say that,
You're still gonna be hurt.
yeah, but to say like for me to come to you and say I had a one-night stand, most likely you're not gonna believe that. You're gonna believe I had some type of relationship with this girl to get to that point. Like. You know who you with. Like, not saying not to put nothing past nobody, but
like, does it make it better? Like that. I guess that's like another question too. Like, does it make it better that the person that you're with may have had a one night stand versus like a relationship?
well, I don't think it makes it better. But I think it's different once you put feelings involved. Like, it would hurt more if you found out that person cared about somebody else than
So it's
sexual,
just being like
a
sexually.
sexual thing. Like,
But if it's like a one night stand, that means that they just like met them and hooked up with them, and like, and then that's when you start thinking about like, oh well, damn, like they could have had a disease, they could have, you know what I mean? Like it's just Anywho,
yeah, but I think that it depends on what it is. Like, it depends on the circumstances. Depends on the person you with. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think it could. I don't care if it was a month, within the relationship. I think it could break a couple up. I think it doesn't matter how long it is, because if a person just did you wrong and was out here messing with somebody like 10 people behind your back, and if you say, oh, it was like 10 years ago, I think you're still going to be hurt and wonder, because to me that's the ultimate disrespect, because you don't know what this person could have brought home to you. You don't know, what I'm saying, what those other people had, and even if they had a relationship with them, that to me that's more hurtful than a sexual relationship, than more than an emotional relationship is more hurtful than a physical relationship when it comes to cheating. So I think it is a statute of limitation on it, but I think it also depends on the circumstance. I also depend on what cheating. Now, to me, if I caught you having an online relationship with somebody 10 years ago, yeah, I'm going to be pissed off, but I don't think that's like, oh, well, I'm going tomorrow to file them papers. About to file them divorce papers. 10 years ago, you had an online relationship with somebody.
But people actually end up being together.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if it was 10 years ago and that's what you got caught doing, like, yeah, that you haven't talked to that person in 10 years. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or if you were, even if you were somebody like a year, and that was like the first month or something, do you get mad at that if it was an online relationship? So it's all different types of cheating. And I honestly think it depends on the person. If you're willing to forgive that person and get over it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You got to forgive them and get over it. You don't have to forget, but you got to forgive and get over it. Because if you don't,
if you're not going to forgive and get over it, then the relationship isn't going to work. And if you guys are together, then I can tell you right now, both of you guys are miserable, or at least one person is miserable.
Yeah.
So.
It depends on that. What does the Shay say? The pain still hurt. And
it definitely is.
Yes, it is. Emotional cheating is more hurtful. Sister-in-law said the emotional cheating is more hurtful. It does depend on the person, and depends on where you guys were at in the relationship. You always hear like, oh, well, we wasn't doing good. Do you think that's an excuse? Is that a good reason to cheat on somebody, Charmaine? I guess I just went off on a whole nother question.
That's when people do it most of the time. It's rare that, there are some who their relationship is good. They actually have no reason to go ahead and cheat, and they still just go ahead and do it for whatever reason that is. But for the most part, it's when things are going south, when people go ahead and cheat. They decide not to go ahead and leave because ultimately that's the person that they want to be with, and they're hoping for there to be a change. So that's what you're waiting for, is the change, and in the meantime you're getting your happiness elsewhere with the hope that there's going to be a change. That's just my opinion. But I don't know, what's your opinion about it?
I think that's a bullshit ass excuse. I think it's bullshit. That's, to me, you might say I'm too dramatic, but I use this example of making a decision to kill somebody and not kill somebody because you're happy or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an ID watcher. That's what I watch, ID. So, and I see a lot of these guys killing their wives because they don't want to either give up the kids, or they don't want to go through the divorce, give up alimony. Or
for those who haven't watched it, it's also like wives killing their husbands and widow. What do they call it? Like the Black Widow.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's just like a repeated thing. So yeah.
Yeah. So before she really interrupted my speech, but no, I think that's a bullshit ass reason. I'm not happy. You have a choice to leave the relationship. If you're not happy, nobody is keeping you in a relationship. So if you're not happy, you need to take your ass on and be unhappy by yourself, because that's not an excuse. Now, if you like, oh, this dude beats her or she beats him, that happens, or this dude's constantly cheating on her or him, leave. You don't have to sit there and be with that person because, oh, well, they did it to me, I do it to you.
I think now you're talking about like SVU.
I'm jumping everywhere tonight because I feel like it.
Oh,
Because I'm in one of the moods.
we be watching
one of them.
SVU, y'all, and he be like, she should have just left.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But no, we're getting off on topic. So yeah. So anyway,
it's our talk. We get off on
we,
topic.
y'all, we about
We
to go
get off
work
on
out.
topic.
We about to go to the gym.
I'm getting
We
up. She about to go.
work
Bro, I'm about to
out.
still talk to y'all. You know what? I got some stuff I want to take off my chest right now. Right now. I want to talk about some stuff on my chest, what I feel like. Now look at here. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all one thing. You know what I'm saying? If you
Wrap it
cheat,
up.
because you choose to. Nobody makes nobody cheat. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but if that was my decision, it's my decision. She can't make me do anything. She can't treat me a certain way to make me say that it's all right for me to cheat. She did it. I chose to cheat if I chose to do that. Not because, oh, well, you didn't treat me right. Well, if a person don't treat you right, then you know that you can leave at any time. You know, it's okay. It's okay to leave. It's okay to be by yourself, guys. You don't have to be with somebody. Okay? You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't always need a man or a woman to make you whole if they're not going to treat you right. Y'all need to stop sitting there and making an excuse that I don't want to be lonely to be with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Somebody
lot of,
else will always come along.
man,
There's
it's a
so
lot
many
of,
people in this world.
just because you want it don't mean you need it.
Yeah.
Just because you need it don't mean it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you want to need is not always good for you. I know that it's some what is that in there? The kids make some ice cream with in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
It's good, but it's not good for me. I want it. Yeah, I had a little piece, but I know it ain't good for me. So just because you want it, don't make it good for you. So you guys need to realize that, and that goes back to the original question: is there a statute of limitation? Just because you with that person, and you say that, oh, we've been together a long time, it's not worth us breaking up. They did it, or they did it years ago. You could not be with them. If that hurts you to the point where you can't forgive them,
Yeah, where you can't get over it.
don't be with them. Don't waste your time and don't waste the other
You're
person's
wasting
time.
both of each other's time.
Man,
Because you're miserable because now you're watching them like a hawk. I mean, it's just that person's getting tortured because now you watch them like a hawk. You going through the phone, you calling them. If they don't answer their phone, now you harassing them. You know, it's a lot. So,
It's a lot. Don't waste your time.
Exactly.
Life is too short.
Yeah, let it go. If it's meant for y'all to get back together, you will.
Life is too short. You know, marriage and I understand what the Bible says.
Sometimes you need a break.
And, you know, the Bible says you shouldn't cheat either. So they violated that code in the first place. So, but I'm a strong believer, and people may disagree with me. I'm not going to be in a relationship unhappy regardless of what the situation, of who said what. I'm not going to be in a situation waking up unhappy every day because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. No, I'm not doing it. Why I can't be happy? Why am I punishing myself because, oh, if she's doing me wrong and I know she's cheating, that, you know, I'm not going to get too much in religion, but the Bible said I'm supposed to stick with her. But no, if she's doing me wrong, I'm not going to stay in a relationship and be unhappy. Why I can't be happy? You know, apparently whatever she's doing making her happy. Why I can't be happy by myself or with somebody else? That's all my opinion is. But I'm glad I got that off my chest. You know, that's something I felt like saying. But what do you guys think? You know, please comment. Please comment. And I'm gonna ask you guys, the people that follow us faithfully, please go to YouTube. If you don't have an account, please just make a bullcrapping account and subscribe to us. We're trying to push this thing out here. We need you guys' help. So if you are a faithful Wear Nation stand up person and you support what we're doing, just go make a dummy account, push subscribe, because we're trying to push all our content on YouTube and put it out to the world. I know there's other people out there doing it, but it's only one Charmaine and Tony, and we want to involve you guys. So please, if you guys got comments, we want to sit there and put your comments out there. If you got questions, we want to put your questions out there. And today we're going live on Facebook and on Instagram. So hopefully you guys catch this. Once again, everything is at Wear Family 112. Me and Charmaine have a new YouTube account. It's Tony and Charmaine.
Check us out.
We're going to do more of the discussion on there. And the other account, Wear Family 112, is going to be more of a family thing. Also, we got a Instagram account, Tony and Charmaine. We're just trying to push it out there. We're just trying to give y'all, you know, a little bit of what goes on with our family and our life. We're average people, man. We go to work every day. You know, we're not Hollywood. We average people. You see it. I'm wearing droopy, you know, but no, it's a V-neck though, but a little droopy. You know, I'm doing that. You know, she's wearing her sunglasses in the house. So we do average stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So support us, man. I appreciate the ones that have been supporting us. I really do. I appreciate people coming up to us saying we love what you do. I didn't even know they watch. They don't even say nothing. They closet watchers. But I appreciate y'all too, man. If you missed this, I'm going to post it on Facebook. It's going to be on me and Charmaine's family and Tony and Charmaine's, me and Charmaine's family. Me and Charmaine's Facebook and Tony and Charmaine's Facebook page.
I know what you're talking about.
But they may be good. I tell all the time, messing up words. But that's just me. That's what I do. You know, I got a little country on me, in me, even though I'm from California. You know what I'm saying? All right. But anyways.
No, we are out of here.
Yeah, I'm going on a rant. With that being said, what did we say?
We're out.